Good morning, or I guess it's afternoon. Here I am after a long hiatus. Going to do a video here showing so far all the Pink Floyd that I have. Been buying Pink Floyd reissues to either upgrade or fill a hole in my collection. Been a lot of things that's went on since I made a video last. We lived in a different place. We moved since then. A lot of other stuff. I mean, I think it's been a little over 2 years since I made a video. So anyway, first thing I want to show is the first album, Pink Floyd, The Piper at the Gates of Dawn, reissue. I know everybody out there has seen this several times, and it's just black vinyl. I don't know if all of those have been reissued on colored vinyl or if they've just all been black vinyl, but Syd Barrett, of course, first album with him. Then I also have Saucer Full of Secrets, reissue. And these reissue ones, for the most part, I didn't have previous to getting these versions. And then I also got Obscured by Clouds. And this one I've noticed it's got rounded edges on it, which I don't know if that even matters as far as, you know, what reissue it was or from what country. This is a different label too than the first two I just showed you, but whatever. And then I got Atom Heart Mother. This one I have on well, I have all of them on CD now pretty much, but this one I used to have years and years ago, an original, and I sold it to somebody, and that's first replacement I've had. And then one of my favorite Pink Floyd albums, I like all of them, but this is one of my favorites, Metal, reissue. And I just love the artwork on this one. I love the music on it. It's just like one of the, what I would consider one of the underrated Pink Floyd albums, and this is the same label as the Atom Heart Mother. So yeah, that's a good one. So those are all the reissues that I've picked up in the past, I don't know. And then these are all the original ones that I already had most of, I want to say. The Final Cut, which I used to have this on cassette. And I know some people like it, some people don't, which is with anything, I suppose. I've always liked this album. Haven't listened to it in its entirety for a while, but I like it. And then I have this version of Metal, which this one's quite a bit different from the one I just showed you. I mean, they almost look like a different album. If you can, I can hold these up side by side. You can tell it's a huge difference in the, and then on the back, this one has the song listings, song titles, and this one doesn't. And then this one says Pink Floyd Metal on the front. And other than the hype sticker on the reissue, that one doesn't. And this one's a gatefold. The other one's a gatefold too. I just kept the plastic on it. This one's on Harvest label. So this one is probably a UK pressing. It says it's made in England, so I'm assuming that's what it is. And maybe that's why it looks different. Very possibly. And then I have Pink Floyd, The Wall, and this is probably an earlier one because, or at least it doesn't have the hype sticker on it. This one has both albums because I had another copy that only had one album with it. But these have the custom labels, and it has the original sleeves with it, the lyrics and so on. And this is the one that Bob Ezrin produced. I think he did this one after he produced the Alice Cooper Welcome to My Nightmare album. But this, I mean, great album. But like I said, I think some of the earlier ones are a little more underrated than that one. Then I have a pretty banged up copy of Wish You Were Here. I'd like to get an upgrade of this. This one's quite worn. It's got the original inner sleeve, the lyrics, and then it's on Columbia label. And there's several versions with a lot of these, but I know there's a different version of this that's been remixed. Has a different cover or has a slip cover. And then I have Guma, and this is not the first pressing because the Gigi record is blanked out or whited out. And this is a decent copy. I mean, it's not a reissue, so you know. And it has both albums with it. It's on Harvest. And this album is, I remember hearing it when I was probably a teenager. Someone had it, I don't remember who, and I remember thinking, it's like, I don't really know if this is music, because, you know, I wasn't into Pink Floyd at the time. And I've listened to it since then, and I'm several times, and I'm just like, I like it, but I don't like it at the same time. And then I also have original of Animals. And this one is in a lot better shape than Wish You Were Here. And I think this one is an American version. Not sure. But it has the sleeve with it, original sleeve. And this album I sort of have a hard time trying to get into. I mean, it's just, I mean, it's Pink Floyd, so obviously I'm going to like it, but it's just like, I don't know. Just me, really. And then, of course, the last one, Dark Side of the Moon. And this one I bought, I think I got this one at a record show. And this is like a mint original. So I probably won't upgrade this one because, I mean, there's no need. And this one has, I guess that's the Harvest label. So I don't know if that's a U.S. pressing or England. And this one has the, which I didn't know that these even came with that. It has the postcards, and it has the poster. I'm not going to unfold that, but it's a pretty good sized poster. And then it also has, and I don't know if both of these came with it originally, but then there's this poster too. I don't know if it had two posters with it or not. But anyway, I mean, these, it's like brand new practically. So for it to be an original and be in this great of shape, and I'm pretty sure I didn't pay much for it. I don't remember the exact price, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't much. That's before records were, I'm not saying they weren't popular, but that's before records, before the prices went up like they have now. So there's what I have in Pink Floyd so far. I mean, I'd still like to get, like to upgrade a few of those, but I'd like to get the More soundtrack on vinyl, and I'd like to get, oh, I have another one over there. I forgot to get out. I have the Division Bell, too, on vinyl that someone just recently gave me. Forgot about that one. But let's see, there's More, and there was another one that I wanted to get. I don't remember now. And I'd also like to start upgrading my Led Zeppelin, because I have all those on vinyl, the original ones, but I'd like to start getting the upgrades, or the remasters rather, not the deluxe versions, just the regular standard remasters. So that'll remain to be seen. But this is my first video back from a million hours of hiatus, or whatever you want to call it. This is my new record room that we're in. It might look like the old one, but it's really not. It's exactly the way I want it, put it that way. It's not as spacious, but it's spacious enough because over the period of moving and since my last video, I have got rid of, believe it or not, tons of records. I've given boxes of records away to people I've worked with that started collecting records. I've sold a lot of records in a garage sale we had, and I've taken a lot of records to Goodwill. Probably made 6 or 7 trips to Goodwill with odds and end things and records. And I'd say at least 80% of those records were thrift store records, kids records, easy listening, country, a lot of stuff that I wasn't listening to and probably hadn't listened to most of them since I bought them originally. They were just taking up space. We had to condense our space to move, so it had to be done. And I brought a lot more with us than I should have. So I got rid of a lot since we've been here. You have to make space. And as far as buying records, I'm not buying very many. I mean, over the last 2 years or so, I have bought quite a few, I'm sure. But my record consumption has slowed down significantly, mainly for space and mainly for finances. And I've got a new rule that someone had posted a YouTube video that I watched. It's been quite a while now. And they were basically doing the same thing. And they said their new rule was quality over quantity. So it's like, that's sort of what I'm going to go by from now on. I want quality records. I want records in my collection that I'm only going to listen to, that I enjoy, that I can listen to repeatedly, stuff that I like, which is mainly like classic rock, hard rock, some punk, some alternative, stuff like that. So that's what my collection is going to exist. And I still have records that I can sort through, and I still need to weed out some to make more space, and to just, because it's stuff that I'm just not going to listen to, because I've realized you just can't listen to all of it. And that goes for everything else too. There's just too much. And, I'd rather give it to someone else that can enjoy it. And the records that I've given to people, the boxes of records that I've given to people, or the ones I've sold in the garage sale or whatever, you can tell those people are really, really into music and really into those records and so happy to get them. So instead of them sitting on my shelf for years and years and being moved, ever how many times I've moved with all my records, 3 or 4 times seemingly, why not give them to someone that's going to actually listen to them and appreciate them? That's the way I look at it. So anyway, that's enough of that, and we'll see you in the next video, whenever the hell that is.